What I want to try to do in the time we have together is to just sort of get you thinking, give you some foundation, and hopefully challenge you to think about really praying for the Muslim people. One of the greatest things that the Lord has allowed me to do over the past about year and a half or so is to develop some friendships with some of the men that I debate. That's pretty unusual. That's resulted in some very interesting insights from my perspective. And it's helped me certainly to be, I think, a better representative of Christ to these individuals.
Thank you very much. Peace of Christ to all. You see, I became very interested in watching this guy because obviously he is spreading lies about Islam, and he is trying to spread things it's unbelievable about Muslims. For sure, I'm not speaking about praying to the Muslims. We believe we should pray for everybody in the world, not only the Muslims. But he just said something either based on deception or based on foolishness. He said like somehow magically he was able to establish friendship with Muslims, and that made him a better presenting person for Christ. Like he present Christ in a better way because he became a friend to the Muslims. You know, friendship is two-way relationship. It's not one way, which means if I take you as a friend, that means you take me as a friend too. It's like marriage. There's a wife and there's a husband, and the marriage will not be accurate unless both agree that they love to have a relationship together. It's like belief. You don't believe in God unless you really truly believe in Him and you want to have a relationship with Him. And the God you believe in, He like you to be in a relationship with Him too. Otherwise, it's going to be a love or relationship from one side. And that is a very foolish relationship. The dangers of James White teaching, or the danger that he tried to implement in the head of the Christians, that we really can have a friendship with Muslims. And be careful here. I'm not saying we as a Christians we are not allowed to take Muslims as a friends. No, this is not the case. What I am saying, that Muslims are not allowed to take us as a friends. I remember once I met someone like this guy. He have no idea what he's talking about, but yet he claimed to be a scholar. I was doing I asked a senator questions, and after the meeting he said to me, so what do you do? I said, I teach about Islam. He said, so look like, I don't know, I'm not sure what do you mean. I said to him, well, I tell people about the religion of Islam. I teach them, educate them. He said, I have many Muslim friends. I said to him, Muslims have no friends. He said, no, I have many Muslim friends. I said, I understand. Muslims have no friends. He said, I'm telling you, I have many Muslim friends. I sleep in their house sometime. I said, listen, you are not listening to me. I'm saying Muslims does not have a friends. I'm not saying you don't want them to be friends. And I start quoting for him from the Quran. And right away he said, oh, you are the kind who divide people. I'm the one who divide people. So what I want to warn the Christians, that someone like James White, he can poison the mind of your children by lies. I wish, seriously, I wish we can have a friends, to be good friends with Muslims. I wish actually we can live as have a very great relationship, peaceful one. Regardless of our differences regarding what we worship and what we follow. But when you teach that in the church, you are poisoning the mind of Christians, and you are telling them Look, I am a scholar in this, I am a scholar. This guy, he is standing on the stage, he is teaching them about Shia and Sunni, and supposedly he is the expert who knows Islam. And then he says to you, I have Muslim friends. Now, who is the fool here? The one who took them as a friend, or the one who believed that Muslims are his friends? Let us go to the Quran, guys, and show you why this guy, he should not be trusted when he speaks about Islam. When you invite this man to your church, and he starts telling you, I have Muslim friends, and they are good friends, and we have a very nice relationship, is he talking about real relationship or hypocrisy? Can we really truly find a Muslim he will be a friend to you? And the funny, he is talking about scholars. He's talking about, I debated many scholars. I don't know who are the scholars, like who, Shabir Ali? None of those people who debated, they are scholars, they are potatoes. None of them even knows how to read the Quran correctly. They don't know even Arabic. And even the Arab he debated them, none of them have degrees in Islam, as I know. What is the scholars he debated? So he developed a relationship with the scholars, like who? Shabir Ali? Well, the question then, if Shabir Ali took you as a friend, if this is a real relationship, that means he is no Muslim. And that means you are a fool, he fooled you. And that means you are not the person who we can trust, because if anyone can fool you, and you claim to be a scholar, when somebody claimed to be an expert in Islam, I don't know how he became expert in Islam, because he condemned every Christian who attacked Islam. There's tons of his videos. He attacked Christians who say Islam is from Satan. Islam is demonic. Islam is evil. Anyone he say that, James White, right away he will be all over you. Which is absolutely true. Islam is a very evil religion. And we will prove it in a second. So I want you to focus with me, and you be the judge. When James White say to your children in your church that I have Muslim friends, aren't him telling you that you can have Muslim friends too? Isn't him teaching you that we can have a friends? And this is actually, the whole lecture is about how we can make Muslims our friends. He is deceiving you, making you believe that you really can have a friend, he's a Muslim. And again, I'm not against having a Muslim as a friend, but that is impossible. Why? Because the Quran don't allow Muslims to have non-Muslims as a friends. Let us go to the Quran. This is chapter 4, verse number 89. By the way, you can take, there's many chapters, and you can take any translation you want. Alright, any translation. All of them, they are inaccurate. And as I said, I'm working right now in my own translation. I hope the Lord will help me, and as soon as I can, will be published. So if you choose any translation you want, any one of your choice, you will see all of them saying it clearly. This is Yusuf Ali. This is the verse that we are reading. Or you can take anything, like let us say the nicest one between them as translation. They desire that you should disbelieve. They are talking about who? Talking about the non-believers, us. They desire that you should disbelieve as they disbelieve, so that you might be alike. Therefore take not from among them friend. All right. Take them not as a friend, and as soon as you can, slaughter them. Like this guy, what is his name? James White. He is telling us, all right, he is telling us, I have Muslim friend. So I wonder if Shabir Ali is reading those verses or not. Look like Shabir Ali never heard of them. Shabir Ali, when he go to the mosque, he read Mickey Mouse, and he watched Tom and Jerry, and he go with James White to the gym together and say, hey James, did you watch Tom and Jerry yesterday? He say, I was watching Borat. Like this James White is fooling who? Take them not as a friends, and as long as soon you get a chance to kill them, kill them. Someone like James White, he will say to you, this is about certain time at that time. This is a lie. The Quran is the constitution of Muslims for every time. And there's nothing about certain time. Unless it's abrogated. And none of those verses are abrogated. Actually, those are the verses who abrogated the other verses, which says there's no problem to have a relationship with non-Muslims. When Muhammad was weak, he never said those things. He never says kill the non-believers. He was weak. But Muhammad, when he became strong, he changed his tone and he started speaking harshly to kill whoever don't believe in him. This is why I say the dangerous of someone like James White is extremely, extremely, bad. Because he go to your church and he teach you that you can have friendship with those people. And not only this, he encouraged you to do so, falsely, ignoring the fact that Muslims cannot take you as a friend. Let me show you more verses. Quran, chapter 4, verse number 144. Look how many times the Quran insists on it. This is the same chapter. Look how many times. This is how important this issue for Muslims, that not to take Christians and Jews as a friends. O who you believe, take not for friends and believers. Alright? The Quran insists over and over, take not non-believers as a friends. But the hero, James White, he go to your church and he is teaching your children and the adult of you that he have a Muslim friends. Chapter 5 verse 51 insists that not only we cannot take non-believers as a friend, but we cannot take the Christians and the Jews specifically. But yet the hero, the intelligent, the genius James White, he teach you in the church that I have Muslim friends, which make me a very, very good representative for Christianity. Now, do you see it? O who you believe, take not the Jews and the Christians for your friends or protectors. And actually this verse is extremely, extremely scary, because not only the Muslim, he cannot take you as a friend, which means you are always an enemy, and he have the right to shed your blood any chance, anytime he can. Somebody will say to me, are you saying someone like Shabir Ali, he will do it? If he is a true believer and he get the chance, yes. But he live in the West and he know that there's consequence of doing that. If they are the majority, go and see what, he's a Pakistani, right? Go and see what the Muslims are doing to the Pakistani Christians. How come Pakistani in Canada, he is not doing what Pakistani do in Pakistan? Because here and they are the minority. But wait until they are the majority. Right? And remember, I'm talking about true belief, and Shabir Ali and those people who grow beard supposedly are the true believers. Don't tell me they are not. He is not a secular person. He is not a person who is born from a Muslim family but you don't believe in Islam. He is a beard growing person who believe that we cannot take Jews and Christians as a friends. If somebody tried to fool you, says this is for a certain time, that's absolutely a lie. The Quran never said this is for a certain time, and every Muslim knows that this is forever. But this is here mean that not only they cannot take you as a friend, they cannot take you as a protectors, which mean those who live in Canada and in America, they don't accept USA authority to be authority over them. They don't accept Canada authority, Europe authority, Germany authority. For them, there's only one authority over them. It is Islam. That's it. A Muslim, he might try to deceive you, says, you know what, how we can have a friendship if we have a war between us? This is absolutely a lie. It says clearly, take not Christians and Jews as a friends. Somebody want to take you as a friend, it's mean he don't want to go in war with you. That might be your neighbor or other country, doesn't matter. Obviously, they want to take you as a friend. They don't have a problem to have you as a friend, but the Quran preventing Muslims from taking them as a friend. We can be friends to only to each other, which means Christian can be friend to each other, as the Quran says. And look what the Quran said. That among you who take them as a friend for real, alright, for real, he is one of them. So if a Muslim, he decided to take James White a friend for real, he became apostate, he became a Christian. Are you telling me, James White, that Shabir Ali, he became a Christian? He became one of us? That's very funny, huh? This is why I say, those people who, let us say aftermarket scholars. Let me make it clear. James White is aftermarket scholar. This guy, he debated some Muslims. He thought he became a scholar. And I heard they are writing books together, Shabir Ali and James White, which is very, very, the devil and the one who follow God are writing a book together. To what? To deceive who exactly? You think a book written like this between two Christian, one Christian and one Muslim, is made to deceive who? A Muslim will never agree to write such a book, especially Shabir Ali is very smart. He is like a snake. When they write a book and they share it with a Christian, obviously there's a lot of between them to share. Otherwise they will. Is Shabir Ali will write a book with me? You think so? What we will say in our book, I will say Muhammad, he killed a Christian. Shabir Ali, he will say he killed them for mercy. I will say Shabir Ali, he raped Christian women and Jewish women. Shabir Ali, but he say, he raped them because they were horny. What's wrong with those people? In different verse, chapter 9, verse 23, which is really very important, I advise everybody to remember this verse. Even your father and your brother from your family, they cannot be your friends. 9:23, all right? So, if a Muslim cannot take his own father and his own brother as a friend, how Shabir Ali became a friend to James White? Man. How this happened? Like, isn't it really amazing? That's a miracle. Shabir Ali, he decided not to follow the Quran no more. He throw it in the garbage. And he want to be a friend to James White, and James White, he is in love with the friendship with Muslims, and they are going party together, and everything is perfect. Islam is peace, brother. If those people don't believe, even if taking their own family as a friends, just because they are not Muslims, how this man, he is trying to corrupt the mind of the Christians, deceiving them, telling them that I have a very, very good friendship with Muslims. Guys, please, if I am wrong, just tell me where I'm wrong. I'm not against James White to have a friend from any kind. I don't care. Who is James White? This guy, he don't dare to debate me. Until now, I challenged him many times. He made an insult in Facebook, but he will never dare to debate me because he know he's no match. He know I can mute him with my evidence and proofs. And I'm sure if he debate me, right away he will start attacking the Catholic. However, I'm not a Catholic. But this guy is like a kid. You know, when he go in a fight, he starts throwing whatever in the table. Catholic, Jehovah's Witnesses, shish kebab, falafel, whatever in the table he throws on you. You will see all the videos he made about Islam. He defend Islam. And right away he start attacking people who have nothing to do with the topic. And by the way, for those who keep fighting over Catholic and Protestant, I say to you, you know, Christ really, he don't like you. Seriously. Those who keep fighting and they claim to be Christians, you both are disgusting. It doesn't matter what the name of your church. Christ does not belong to the Catholic, does not belong to the Protestant. Stop being a fool. You want to be a believer in Christ? Believe in the Christ, not in a priest. Don't follow me, don't follow James White, don't follow the Pope, don't follow anyone. We are sinners. Christians, wake up. The devil is deceiving you. He is using your own men to deceive you. There's a verse in the Quran, say clearly. This is Quran chapter 5 verse 14. Allah have a plan for you, Christians. And people like James White, or even from the other side, I don't want to criticize James White only by attacking the Catholic. Both of you, you know, the naive one who keep dividing the church, dividing the Christians, Catholic or Protestant, thank you very much for doing great job for the plan of Satan. Yes, they are doing a plan of Satan without knowing. And from those who we say we are Christians, we took their covenant, but they forgot a portion of it, which we are reminded. So we caused among them enmity and hatred until the day of resurrection. Isn't it weird that James White, he have many Muslim friends, but he don't have Catholic friends? Isn't it weird that somebody, he is a Catholic, he have many Muslim friends, but he don't have Protestant friends? Well, thank you, brothers and sisters. You are working for the devil. The devil, Allah, is saying to you, thank you very much. My plan is working perfectly. You are doing a great job. You are doing a great job. So this is my message to the Christians. We cannot have a friendship with Muslims for a very simple reason. Those people, they are following the devil and they believe in hate. Hate unite them. Love unite us. One more verse before we go and finish this video. When someone like James White, he tried to fool you and says to you, I have Muslim friends and you can have Muslim friends and I advise you to have Muslim friends, he is simply just trapping you, and he is not being honest, and either because he is not a scholar, either because he's ignorant, either because he's a foolish man, or either he is being hypocrite to the Muslims. He want to present himself as a liberal Christian who is good for everybody, and everybody is my friend, and we are friend to everybody, and like I am the civil one. And we the Christians, by the way, I heard him many times keep saying the militant Christians, militants, you see, we are shooting people. The militant Christians. So he is not the militants. Maybe me, I am a militant because I stand for the truth. James White, you know, when a Muslim, he favor James White, it means there's something wrong with James White. Let us take it this way. Otherwise, they will never favor him. Let us see what Islam says about taking a friend as a final advice for the Christians. Chapter 3, verse number 28. And this is the interpretation of Muslims, not my interpretation, as you see. It says it clearly, and by the way, you can change the interpretation. You don't like a Jalalain Muslims? Okay, I will change it. Here we go. I was going to read this one, but something I heard in my ear saying to me, I don't like this interpretation. A Muslim, he was saying that. So I think Jibreel, he told me. So I decided to change it. Here we go. Forget about Al-Jalalain. This one is better. The whole verse saying clearly that you cannot take anyone is not a Muslim as a friend. You cannot. And remember, always the Quran calls us hypocrites. Not only we are disbelievers, we are hypocrites. I never saw hypocrites in my life as Muslims. They speak too much of good, but they do everything bad. They speak too much about honor, but their country is full of belly dancers and prostitutes. They speak too much about dignity, but even their grocery store is the most scammer ones. They speak about their dignity, but you cannot even find a butcher, a grocery store, judge, a policeman, even a leader is not corrupt. They are the one who speak the most about dignity when they have not any of it. And by the way, I'm not saying I'm a good man. You know, the Bible says every man is a sinner. But I'm speaking about Muslims, they speak about hypocrisy. Like, wasn't Muhammad hypocrite when he told Muslims, you can marry 4, but I wanna have unlimited number of women? Oh, I am above the law, you know. Isn't it hypocrisy to say you cannot do a prayer without doing ablution, but the Prophet, he can do pray without ablution? Isn't it hypocrisy to say you cannot have a wife to marry her without witnesses, otherwise it's going to be considered adultery? But when Muhammad, he have sex with his own wife's son, she asked him, hey Muhammad Habibi, what is the witnesses? She said, Allah and Jibreel. Hey Muhammad, I'm going to sleep with a girl today, and she asked me, we did not marry yet. I will say to her, Allah and Jibreel is watching. Like, don't worry about it. We are wife and husband now because Allah and Jibreel is watching. So this is the religion of hypocrisy. The Prophet of Islam is the biggest hypocrite over the earth, who speak about good, but he do everything evil. But yet in his book he calls us hypocrites. The important here, that if a Muslim really, he take you as a friend, for real, then if he mean it, all right, if a Muslim is sincere about taking you as a friend, the one who do that, seeking might and honor to the hypocrite and disbeliever, which supposedly us, as a friend, he has no connection with Allah. So Shabir Ali, if he is a friend of James White, he have no connection with Allah. That's it. The Quran says that. And he has no honor. Hey Shabir Ali, you have no honor. No mercy or protection. The Muslim even are allowed to kill him, according to this verse. So how come the Muslims, they still talking to Shabir Ali and they appreciate him? The Quran says you cannot do that. But Shabir Ali is a friend for James White. If Shabir Ali really, he is a friend of James White, Muslims should not contact him as a Muslim, should not treat him as a Muslim no more. And he has no honor, and he has no mercy, and he has no protection, which means the Muslims are allowed to punish him by the Islamic law as an apostate. Just wait, the verse here, unless it's what? Let us see what the Muslims are practicing with James White, the naive James White, the child who coming from the kindergarten school, he think he have a friends from Muslims, yet you guard yourself from them. Protection plan, undercover, okay, taken as where security. What? Saving yourself from them by speaking in a friendly way toward them while your heart dislike this. Man, that's amazing. That's fantastic. James White, he have a friends who they speak to him as a friend, but in their heart it dislike this. Now, who is the fool here? James White, the teacher, teaching us he have Muslim friends. What a deception. So, the dangers of someone like James White, and any Christian who is, he claimed to be Christian and he teach this. He is deceiving you. He is allowing the Satan to get inside your house. And you think, by trusting James White's words, he have a friends. So we can have a friends with Muslims. And this must be true. He have a very good relationship. And he's saying that. He kept repeating that wherever he go. It must be true then. When in fact, it's nothing but a deception of war. You see the plan here is deception of war. Use it as security. Security. This guy, he consider you an enemy. So he speak to you as a friendly because now you are strong. He is minority. They are not majority. They cannot conquer you. So we speak to you in a friendly way. Before I finish this, I want to show you something maybe most of you when you read you do not notice. You see, I spoke about the word hypocrite here, right? Quran call us hypocrites. You know what hypocrites mean? Is to say something and to do something else. Or to say something you don't believe in. Right? I think you agree, right? But isn't it this is what the Quran teaching? Talking to us in a friendly way while your heart is like this. The Quran accuses us and call us hypocrite when in fact the God of hypocrisy is Allah. You see it? Speaking to them in a friendly way while your heart is like this. So who is the hypocrite? You see how stupid this religion? So this is my advice for the Christians. If you want to learn Islam, don't listen to someone like James White. James White, James Black, James Brown. Those people, whoever he says to you, we can have a Muslim friendship. This is absolutely a lie. Not because we as a Christian against it, no. Because Islam is absolutely against it. If you cannot take your brother and your father, as we showed you in chapter 9, 23, you cannot take them as a friends. Your family, your kids. Just because they are not Muslims, how they can take us as a friends? So be aware of deceivers who teach you false teaching about Islam, trying to implement in your head that there is something called a friendship with Muslims. That's absolutely a lie. This is why I'm warning you from people like James White. And I challenge him to debate me. And you will see he will not dare. He just made an insult. He said in Facebook, I think he should talk to his elders. Yeah, I'm going to take to my mommy. Let me tell you, Mr. James White, I don't follow a priest. I follow the Messiah. My elder is my Messiah. Who is your elder? A priest? I wonder who is your priest. Who taught you that we can be friend with the hypocrites who speak to us in a friendly while their heart is like this, deceiving the Christians, make them believe that this religion, they really accept a friendship with us when the fact is totally the opposite. And you are, and I accuse you to be a person who is deceiving the Christians, corrupting their mind and their understanding about Islam, and you are nothing but a misleading person. And I challenge you to debate me. But you will never dare to do so because you are no match. At the end of this video, if you like really to learn about Islam, don't listen to someone like James White. Take my advice. You can read my books, The Deception of Allah and Quran and Science. Both they complete each other. I advise you to learn from those who they are honest about the topic, not those who they are being hypocrites. Because now we have two sides of hypocrisy. We have a Christian who is being hypocrite to the Muslims, ignoring what their Quran is saying, and I know he know what the Quran is saying there, because I'm sure he did even watch many of my videos, as many who claim to be scholars in Islam, they learn from my videos. So there is no way he do not know, and yet he say that he have a friendship with Muslims. So I believe strongly that the relationship between James White and the Muslims are exchange hypocrisy. Both they know that they don't have a friendship, but they have a benefit of it. James White will be invited for a Muslim conference because simply he don't present a threat to Islam, because he is being hypocrite. This is why Muslims are favoring even his videos. If you want to get answers about what it's called Quran and science, Muslims claim about it, we have it in paperback, and we have it in Kindle, both of them actually, Deception of Allah and etc. Alright? Most of the review is done in Kindle, it appears in 2 pages. So anyway, I hope you guys, you did enjoy my videos. Spread the truth, and the truth will set you free. I mean to that. Thank you.
What I want to try to do in the time we have together is to just sort of get you thinking, give you some foundation, and hopefully challenge you to think about really praying for the Muslim people. One of the greatest things that the Lord has allowed me to do over the past about year and a half or so is to develop some friendships with some of the men that I debate. That's pretty unusual. That's resulted in some very interesting insights from my perspective. And it's helped me certainly to be, I think, a